Now, if you're a fan of touchscreen PMPs, but you're wondering if there's an alternative to an iPod Touch, well, there's certainly been a plethora of them recently. From the Sony X Series Walkman to the Cohen S9, manufacturers have been getting all touchy-feely. Now, the Samsung P3, the follow-up to the P2, I first saw at CES this year, but now I've got it off the security leash and I've been living with it for a couple of days. Am I still impressed? Well, I certainly am with the build quality. It's certainly one of the most solid devices of this kind that we've seen from Samsung. Now, the 270 by 480 res screen, 3 inches, is not that much to write home about, but it is colourful, it's bright and it's crisp, both with the display and with playing videos. Now, as I say, it's touchscreen. You sweep between pages with your finger, like so. It's not multi-touch, unfortunately, but there's also a touch panel down the bottom for bringing up additional menus, and if you sweep across, you can bring up your latest application, in my case, the FM radio. But the P3's great trick is the use of widgets, lying somewhere between the Samsung Toco, but not quite as good as something like the T-Mobile G1. You can choose different applications to drag and drop to your home screen and customize it. Now, you can choose up to 5 different pages of widgets, ranging from the very useful subway map application to the not so useful and frankly quite baffling sleep capped, which seems to turn off your PMP after a certain amount of time. Now, if you want to download additional applications, you have to go to Samsung's eModio website. Unfortunately, you have to download an additional piece of software. It's for PCs only, and the range of applications at the moment is very, very limited. You can also play downloaded BBC iPlayer content like Charlie Brooker's Screen Wipe, but again, only for PCs. Sorry, Mac users. Now, as I was exploring the P3, I did manage to remember it was also an MP3 player. Decent enough sound, not really up to the quality of that of the Sony Walkman or the Cohen S9, but if you do get it, do remember to chuck the bundled headphones and get yourself something decent. Now, I quite like the widget functionality, unlike other people in the office who seem to view it as a bit of a gimmick, but my real problem was with the touchscreen responsiveness. Often it's slow. When you're sweeping between pages, sometimes you have to be very, very precise, otherwise you'll find yourself loading up an application. And the widget bar itself is a little bit temperamental as well. Sometimes it will disappear before you're quite finished with it, or it will pop up without you wanting it to. But as an object of desire, it's certainly very, very sexy, and I would say the usability and looks outdo that of the Cohen S9. But the real deal breaker is all about those applications, and until Samsung widen the range available, the P3 just doesn't make it into my hot gadgets.